just going to say, just quickly with you, you missed last week with that cork hit, wasn't it? But 100%.
Yeah, I'm fine to go. It was just more precautionary really than anything. Just sort of hurt a little bit on the Monday, and just stayed in Adelaide to sort of get it right. And I train later in the week and train today, so I'll be right to go.
A lot of people are talking about your tough draw to the start of the season. Do you think about that at all, or are you just worried about this week?
Yeah, not really. We've pretty much just been preparing for Freo, and that's a big start for us, a big challenge. But it's also shows us where we're at too. We go over there knowing it's going to be a big contest and a big challenge, but knowing we'll be up for it. And what a great way to start the season with a big challenge in Freo, and we'll go from there.
Are you better? Do you know if you're better than last year? Do you think you've done enough in the pre-season to make sure that you are better than last year?
Look, I think internally we feel we've improved a lot, but really you can't know until you actually go out and play opposition in some pretty serious footy. So, look, we've done everything we can this pre-season. We've had a great run. It all started out in Dubai. We've certainly improved in a lot of areas that we wanted to, and now we've just got to go put it out in the park, and it's a completely different story once you get out there and in round one. So we're excited to see what we can do and what we can show the fans.
How important to start well? Obviously, you talked up as a premiership contender, but I guess if you lose a couple early, things can go haywire pretty quickly. How important is it to start with intent?
Oh, look, it is. It's really important, I think, to start the season well. It gives you so much confidence, and we saw last year it really gave us a lot of confidence at our start to the season. And we know it's going to be a big challenge for us, but that's how we want it. We want to make sure that we're up against the best, and if you want to get to the end of the season and be right up there, you've got to beat the best sides. And we'll just keep putting our best foot forward, and we're looking forward to the challenge.
So can you set your season up in the first month?
Oh, look, it's a long season. I mean, if you're 4 and zip, it's a good start, but it certainly doesn't get you there. But look, all we can focus on right now is Freo and beating Freo, and hopefully starting our season really well there.
Tringo, Hartlett, Wingard, do you expect all three of them to be right to go?
We're hoping. Look, I think Jacko trained today, Hart's trained today, so they're looking really good. Chatty's the only one that he's probably going to be touch and go, and hopefully he can get up because he's a pretty important player. But we've got a couple more sessions to go, and hopefully he can get through those.
If he is right, is it a risk to take all three in, given they're a bit underdone or underprepared in terms of playing games through the pre-season?
Oh, look, I don't think so. They've done a huge amount of pre-season. Certainly, Hearts has pretty much done everything. He's just had a couple little setbacks, and we know Jacko over the past few seasons has had a few little niggles and gone into games, and he's been fine. So, look, I don't think it'll be a big risk at all. And if it is a risk, Kenny won't play him. So it's pretty much as simple as that. But we're expecting big things from those guys if they do come up and play.
So you still play pretty conservative with someone like Chad with it. Still had knee surgery after all.
Yeah, look, if Chatty's not right to go, he won't play. It's as simple as that. And he's ticked all the boxes. With the physios, the docs, and from a physical point of view, he seems pretty right to go. But if he's not ready, and he says he's not ready, then he won't play.
Obviously a big day for Ryder and Montfrees tomorrow. Will the boys have been supporting them through the week?
Yeah, certainly. Look, it is a big day, and I guess for them it's it's hopefully the end of it all, and they can move on. But yeah, look, we're just hoping for the best result for those guys, and we can sort of move on, and they're hoping for that as well. But we've been here for the support as much as we can, and hopefully it turns out the best for them.
Are they showing nerves today, getting closer to D-Day?
They're probably a little bit more anxious really than anything. I think we haven't really talked in depth too much about it because we don't want to put too much worry in their minds or anything like that. So we're here for them if they want to chat. But Gussie's in there getting a rub now, and seems pretty relaxed. So hopefully the outcomes comes out pretty good for them both.
How's your preparation been though? Do you have two teams, one with their minute already for this week and one with them out, a contingency plan?
Yeah, well, I guess that's probably something you'd have to ask Kenny and the coaches, but I'm sure that's something they think about. If they're right to go, they're obviously going to be in our best 18 to 22, and if they're not, we've certainly got backups. So, but for us, if a player can't play, whether it's Gus or Paddy or Chatty, we expect someone else to come in and stand up and play Port Adelaide footy. And it doesn't matter who comes into our side. We've got a a mantra we want to live by, and it doesn't matter who it is. That's the way you've got to play if you play for this club.
So you've got the depth to cover them. If just say they get a month, for example, you've got the depth to cover those two key players.
Yeah, I certainly think we've had a lot of young guys really step up again this pre-season, and we've seen over the NAB Cup that we've got some guys that can really play some AFL footy, and we've got I think plenty of depth in our side to make sure we're able to cover guys who go out with injury.
Does Ken sound you out? Has he sounded you out at all in terms of selection stuff so far?
We usually talk through leadership group meetings, which will be on the next couple of days, and then later in the week we'll have a bit of a chat. But look, he'll come to me if he needs something answered, or if he's just got a question. But we leave mostly it up to them, but also our leadership group will put across what we think as well, and Kenny really does listen to us, and as we know that he comes down and talks to a lot of the players and gets a feel for it all. So he does involve us in the process a fair bit, which is great because we go out there and play as the team, and he wants to know our feedback.
Is Ryder ready to go for round one? Because he seemed to be doing a bit of limited sessions recently.
Yeah, well, I think he's been a little bit sore the last couple of weeks, but that's nothing much either. So he'll be right to go if he gets the all clear from everything outside.
If they are cleared, how important are those two to your best 22?
Look, I think we've seen what Gus has been able to do for us. In that forward line role and that pressure that he does bring, and also his leadership. And I think we're yet to see what Paddy can do in Port colours, but we know what he can bring. And I think just from a personal point of view, his presence in the group has been felt already. He's such a great person, and certainly when he walks out in the park, you'll have a mate next to you, a really good mate, because he's such a great person. But his footy ability will talk for itself. We've seen at Essendon what he's been able to do, and he'll certainly be a big part of our 18.
Do you do anything to sort of prepare for the bigger grounds over WA sort of area, or just prepare like a normal game?
Yeah, it's not really anything different. We'll go over, we'll fly over Friday and we'll train there. But we've played there a lot before, so we love the bigger grounds. Obviously, we love to run, so we'll go out there with a lot of confidence. But we don't really prepare any different to what we would for a normal game.
You speak about getting better each year. Is part of that improving defensively? Is that a key focus that fans may see a change this weekend?
Yeah, certainly. I think most clubs are really doing that. Trying to improve defensively, because I think now you really understand the best sides in the competition defend the best, and we need to do that to be the best side in the competition. So we've focused a huge amount on our defence this year. We want to be brave and we want to play attacking where we've got the footy, but we can't do that if we can't defend, because we won't have the ball. So we've a huge amount of focus on our defence, and hopefully it can stand up in big games.
So what are the keys to that? What have you worked on to improve that over summer?
Look, I think it's just a buy-in from the whole group. You can't have one or two players defending really well, or one or two players that don't want to defend, because it lets the whole team down. So look, we've just we've spoken about that, and there's little structures and little words that we use to help our defence out in the ground. But really, it's just a whole buy-in from the whole team. If you can get your whole 18 out in the ground buying into a team defence, you're going to be doing pretty well.
Freo's played a certain way for quite a while now. Are you expecting more of the same from them, or expecting something a little bit different?
Look, I think we'll expect a pretty much similar Freo to what we have over the last few years, and it's going to be a tough, physical, demanding game, and that's what we love. That's what footy's about, and we're going over there knowing it's going to be a big physical challenge, but also we're going over there knowing that we're capable of matching it with those guys, and we're excited for it. So looking forward to the weekend.
You played the Crows the other day. Did you notice a change in the way they're playing their footy as well under Phil Walsh?
Look, I think there's probably a few similar things that Phil's taken from here and then he brought to this club. So there's probably a few aspects of that they're playing with, but I think their pressure, when we played them, was fantastic, and just their heat around the ball, I thought was great, and they're going to be a fantastic side again this year.
All right, thanks guys.
Thanks, Travis.
Thanks guys.